This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Enough is enough. We need to talk about Annabelle. We gotta get to her before she gets to us. No, but the Annabelle doll, whether or not she is haunted, is surprisingly a very large public debate. But whether or not you're a skeptic or a full believer in the paranormal, one thing for certain is that she is haunting society. Over the decades, the doll has gained quite the reputation. People who believe she's sentient commonly fear her, and some wish to use her like a weapon upon their enemies, and others see her as a girl boss, making edits of her. And people who don't believe in the paranormal or don't believe in this specific haunting see the doll as one of those strange things that people shouldn't believe, or see it as a lie created by the highly questionable Warrens. Annabelle became public knowledge because of these really well-known paranormal investigators. Annabelle was one of their most popular cases. They just loved her so much, she was collected and put in their museum of awful haunted trinkets, located in their basement. It has since been closed due to zoning issues, but the fact that they had this in their basement is just horrifying. Now with the Warrens, depending on who you ask, they either investigated the paranormal or they fabricated it. While society's general perception of the Warrens heavily skews towards myth as opposed to reality due to their portrayal in the very popular Conjuring series, the actual Warrens have much less cinematic presence and are deeply controversial. The validity of their haunting claims have been pulled apart, criticized, and discussed in depth for decades. Additionally, there was an incident. Ed got a writer to write about a haunting, and he was seeking advice from Ed because he was having a really hard time getting a clear story from the family. Ed's advice was, "They're crazy. All the people who come to us are crazy. Just use what you can and make the rest up. You write scary books, right? That's why we hired you. Just make it up and make it look scary." And with all of that, the reputation of Annabelle comes into question. See, apparently, the Warrens got this doll from someone named Donna. Donna had a roommate, and apparently the two of them started thinking Annabelle may have been a little bit haunted because she started lifting her arms, moving place to place, would even wait in the doorway for them to come home from work. And at this point, I have to say, okay, that seems kind of sweet. She just wanted them to come home. She wanted to be part of the family, okay? I would say maybe we've been a little bit harsh to her, but then apparently the roommate's friend, Lou, had a tiny little bout with Annabelle where he woke up one night and she was trying to like strangle him. But we've only heard Lou's side of the story, right? We don't know what he did to warrant that response. Maybe she just doesn't like people named Lou. Anyway, they were concerned about the doll, so the roommates got some info from a psychic medium where the medium said that the doll was possessed by a deceased 6-year-old girl named Annabelle. So there's two different views that need to be addressed here. If you don't believe in psychics, obviously you believe the doll was not inhabited by a 6-year-old named Annabelle. But let's just say for now that we do believe that people can be psychic. Psychics can be wrong. They can just be bad at being psychic. Like, this is one person's opinion. They didn't go through a series of psychics. They didn't go ask 10. They asked one, who said her name was Annabelle, but she could be completely off. 25 Jessica could be inside the doll, and people are thinking she's 6-year-old Annabelle, which at that point, I would understand why her behavior became increasingly malicious. I mean, if you were trapped in a Raggedy Ann doll, and you were this close to people seeing that you're sentient, and they decide to call you Annabelle for the rest of existence, I mean, anybody would be outraged. The Warrens stepped in, they performed an exorcism, and then, you know, again, they collected Annabelle, brought her home, put her in their possessed things museum. And with all of this, the Warrens had come to the conclusion that the Annabelle doll wasn't actually a 6-year-old girl. That was just an act put on by a demon inside the doll. So the Warrens believe that there's actually a demon inside the doll. It didn't take a genius to reach that conclusion. Again, if you are trapped as a Raggedy Ann doll, who wouldn't become a demon? No, but they mean like biblical level demons. They don't mean like someone having a bad day. They mean there's an evil, dark, very powerful, violent, evil entity inside the Annabelle doll, so it can start afflicting people with psychic slashes and cause people to get into crashes. See, the Warrens have this story that somebody with a motorcycle went and provoked Annabelle, and then that person later crashed, gone. There is, of course, no supporting evidence that this story has any validity, but it is something they say. And here's where we have to talk about a weird part of the Annabelle image the Warrens tried to create. They tried propping Annabelle up as this very powerful demon. In their museum, Annabelle was placed in Little Doll Jail. A wooden crate, she gets a nice little window to look out of, but it basically said, "Do not open," had the devil tarot card pressed to it, and had creepy red lighting. And of course, there is a cross on her enclosure. Don't know why I said enclosure like she trophies and exhibit in a zoo. But apparently, you're not supposed to taunt her even while you're there, because apparently that can bring bad things upon you. And I have to say, if that's the case, that box is not stopping shit. Is she powerful enough to energetically breach the box, or is she not? Like, is the box just for show at this point? I, for one, do not believe Annabelle is an all-powerful demon. And I mean that even if we're looking at this through a paranormal lens, okay? Let's just say Annabelle is in fact possessed by a demon. I don't believe that demon is actually that powerful. In fact, I think it should be scared of us. You're telling me you're powerful as hell. You're trying to annihilate. And you chose to be a Raggedy Ann doll with those floppy, sad hands. Questionable taste at a bare minimum, but also just a poor execution of that evil demon plan. Whether or not Annabelle is in fact a girl possessing the doll, or whether Annabelle is a very, very sad excuse for a demon inhabiting the doll, or Annabelle just is simply an old Raggedy Ann doll with nothing going on. She has become an absolute money-making machine and pop culture icon at this point. With all of the Conjuring movies out there, products, memes, there is a lot of opportunity to make money off of her. Now that the Warrens are gone especially, it's really the public rewriting this new narrative about Annabelle. You know, starting to assign new motives to the doll. Like 2 weeks ago, there were lots of TikTok lives of Annabelle dancing or doing silly stuff like that, and other people thinking that Annabelle was going to end the whole world. On a TikTok that's an edit of Annabelle, the two top comments are polar opposites to each other. Historians are gonna skip our generation. I was born in the right generation. Annabelle reposted. And I guess we have a comment from Annabelle herself. You know what? That makes me think about it, really. All of us are trying to write the story for Annabelle. We are assuming so many things, but there's two sides to every story. Maybe it is our time to sit back and listen. See what path Annabelle forges for herself. Now, I would like to just thank our very brave sponsor, Squarespace, for making this video happen. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform that makes it incredibly easy to succeed online. Whether you're just getting started or you're managing a brand that you've been growing for quite some time, Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything you put your mind to, like products, content, your experience, all in one place, all on your terms. And luckily with Squarespace, you never have to worry about if your website is going to get discovered. See, they have amazing SEO tools where every website is optimized to be indexed with meta descriptions, an auto-generated sitemap, and more. So you'll appear more often in search results. And with Squarespace, you can actually use your site to fundraise and grow your impact. They have fantastic built-in donation tools, and they even have email campaign and marketing tools, so you can connect with more people and bring them in to support your cause. And of course, being someone who makes videos, one thing I really love about Squarespace is how they make it incredibly easy to showcase your video portfolio. You can upload and organize your videos and make amazing video libraries. So if all of this sounds interesting to you, you can go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Savantics to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. A huge thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.